And we standing beneath the cross, like John, also take Mary as our mother, and we take her home. And ever since those centuries, so many centuries, the church has always taken Mary to its very heart. And so, as today that the church presents to us the sorrows, Our Lady of Sorrows, let us see what it tells us here that reminds us of this history that has been. By the 14th centuries, the sorrows of Mary numbered 7. So the church continually reflecting on those 7 sorrows. The presentation of Jesus in the temple, that's one. The flight into Egypt. Jesus being lost in Jerusalem. The meeting of Mary and Jesus on the way to Calvary. The crucifixion. The taking down of Jesus' body from the cross. And the final one, and his burial. So you see how the church has taken Mary into her very heart and honor her and recognize her. And so the words of Jesus on the cross are fulfilled as John, the disciple, from that hour, the disciple took her into his home. Ever since then, Mary has been in our heart. And of course today Mary likes to reflect for us that we reflect the very sorrows of Jesus on the cross, and that we are able then to see, as the apostle reminds us, that is the joy, the glory of every Christian. That is the resurrection as well, so that we may always look at the cross and at the same time find our joy in it. So also today, especially in the evening, is the grito, which was done where? At Dolores Hidalgo, because the church is reserved and is to the sorrows of Our Lady. And so the name of the town is Dolores. Later on they added Hidalgo, Dolores Hidalgo, because of Miguel Hidalgo. Otherwise it's Dolores. And is the patron saint of the whole city. Now, where was our good friend, Father Miguel Hidalgo? He was absent. As far as we know from the writers, he wasn't there in his own town celebrating the biggest feast for the entire year for his town. So as far as we know, he was in a nearby town, and what he was doing is watching the bullfights. And that's when he's being told to come back, to get back to Dolores, because the insurrection has been discovered, and if you don't do anything immediately, your head is going to roll. And so this is how he gets back in the afternoon, and then that's when, with the others, he begins the whole movement. And in the evening, about 10 o'clock, as far as we know, there's no certainty about it. Could be 11, could be 1 o'clock, that he rings the bell and says, "Viva Mexico, long live the independence." But before that, he just doesn't say "Viva Mexico." He says, "Long live our religion, the Catholic faith," because what we're going to do is under the patronage of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Long live Our Lady of Guadalupe. We're not alone. Long live the King of Spain, Ferdinand VII. We're not rebelling against the king. We're rebelling against the government. And so this is where he's instructing the troops that it is against, and we're not rebelling against our Catholic faith, because you may say, well, why so much to do about that? It's because church and state were one and the same. You rebel against one, you rebel against the other. But then he made it very clear that there's a very sorrowful kind of decision to make in order then to look for freedom And so he made it very clear to them that our sorrow was very painful. Nevertheless, it was not against the Catholic faith, against the priest. After all, where is it starting from? The church, by a priest, under the tutelage of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And so we commend the nation that may continually strive for true freedom. And so let us then continue honoring Our Lady of Sorrows, that she accompanied us in so many of our own sorrows and difficulties, but in order to discover the joy of the cross. Let us then continue with the Mass.